Assalamu alaikum students. This is Majid and today we are going to study about these contents. First we will study about the diode, then second we will see the images and symbol of diode, and afterwards following that we will discuss about the operation of diode, then biasing. In biasing we will discuss about forward biasing, reverse biasing. After discussing the biasing we will discuss about the function of a diode, what is the function of a diode, and in last we will discuss the usage of diode, that what it is and where it is used, or in other words we can say the applications of diode. So moving to the first slide of our topic, and that slide is diode, a semiconductor device with two terminals, typically allowing the flow of current in one direction only. Diode is a semiconductor device, as all we know that, and it has a two terminals, and it allows the flow of current in only one direction, or we can say that diode is its two terminal electronic component. It conducts current primarily in one direction, or in other words we say that diode is a specialized electronic component with two electrodes called anode and cathode. Most diodes are made with a semiconductor material such as a silicon, germanium, selenium. The fundamental property of a diode is its tendency to conduct electric current in only one direction. So this is the definition of a diode, that what is diode is actually a semiconductor device. It has a two terminals and it allows to flow the current in only one direction. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is the images of diode, or what we say the symbol of diode, or how diode is seen. So this is the diode, actual form of a diode, how physically how we can see. This is the diode, this is the anode terminal, this is the cathode terminal, or in this figure here we have anode terminal, cathode terminal. This mark shows that it is the cathode terminal, which shows it is the negative, this shows it is the positive. And same with this here we have used a symbol. So here it is the anode, here cathode, and this is the simple form of a diode. So here this shows that this is the anode, this is the cathode. So direction of flow of current from positive to negative, to anode to cathode. Always current flows from anode to cathode, or positive to the negative. This is the rule in the diode. Okay, so coming to the next slide, moving to the next slide, and this is here. The next slide is the operation of diodes, how diodes are operated. So the simplest level, the operation of a diode can be understood by looking at the flow of positive charges or holes. Positive charges means holes which are present in p-type and n-type material, and the negative charges are known as the electrons. Technically, a semiconductor diode is referred to as a p-n junction. Yes, it is referred as a p-n junction. Here you can see that this is the p-type material, this is n-type material, this is the depletion region, and here p-type material has lot of holes, n-type material has a free electrons, and they are okay. So here we see that this is the hole, this is the electron, and this is the p and n type material, and this is how the diode is operated. Coming to the next slide. Oh, this is the interesting thing, biasing. What is biasing? A diode or a p-n junction in an electrical circuit allows the current to flow more easily in one direction than another. That flowing and blockage of a current known as biasing. So the current which is flowing through the diode, or whether it is blocked by the diode, is known as a biasing. So biasing, there are two types of biasing, forward biasing and reverse biasing. Forward biasing means putting a voltage across a diode that allows current to flow easily. Means it allows the current, it helps the current to flow it. Whereas reverse biasing means putting a voltage across a diode in opposite direction. The voltage with reverse biasing don't cause any appreciable current flow. This is useful for changing AC current to DC current. It has other uses in manipulating electronic signals as well. So this is the intro of the biasing. So what is biasing, what is forward biasing, reverse biasing? Forward biasing is that which allows the current to flow, and reverse biasing one which blocks the current not to flow. Okay, moving to the next slide. This is the function of a diode. What is the function of a diode? As you know, the diode is a semiconductor device with two terminals. So let's read it. The most common function of a diode is to allow an electric current to pass in one direction and call the diode's forward direction, while blocking it in the opposite direction or reverse direction, what we read in the previous slide, that biasing, forward biasing and reverse biasing. So this is telling that in forward biasing, diode allows the current to flow, and in reverse biasing, diode opposes the direction to flow. As such, diode can be viewed as an electronic version of a check valve. Yes, we can call it as a check valve, whether it is operated, whether it is allowing the current or blocking the current. Okay, so moving to the next slide. The last slide is this, that the usage of diode or applications of a diode. Diode can be used in many places, because today the world is composed of electronic components. So in rectifiers we can find the diode, in signal limiters, voltage regulators, switches, signal modulators, signal mixers, signal demodulators, and oscillators. These are all the usages of a diode, where diode is significantly used. So that's it from the today topic. If you want a revision, I can go back with quick revision that what is the diode. Diode is a semiconductor device with two terminals, typically allowing the flow of current in one direction. Or this is the symbol and images of a diode. This is the operation of a diode. There are two type of material, p type, n type. P type contains the holes, n type contains the free electrons, and they both combine with each other and they form such type of biasing. One is the forward biasing, other is the reverse biasing. Forward biasing means it allows the current to flow, reverse biasing it blocks the current. And then we coming to the function of a diode. Diode's function is very simple, very simple, that it allows the current to flow in one direction. So it is in forward direction. When it blocks, it is in opposite direction. And last we read about the usage of diode. It is used in the rectifiers, signal limiters, voltage regulators, switches, signal modulators, signal mixers, signal demodulators, and oscillators. That's it from the today class. We will see you in next lecture. Okay, bye bye. If